Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. I can't believe we're already in the middle of November, can you? Oh my goodness. Today we're pulling from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot card. So we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles has been very, very prominent. There's a lot of shakeups going on. I was just talking to a girlfriend before I started filming, and she's talking about a certain situation, and it's like where they're trying to show bigger profit margins that actually are there to investors. So they're like, yeah, of course, you know what I mean? And then fiscal year comes around and then it dies down again, you know what I mean? So it's just like, one thing they were talking about in Canada, where the U.S. had gone, where they inflated the interest rate so high that people could afford their homes, and a lot of homes ended up in foreclosure. And we're seeing this now with the private mortgage companies. So either you go to a bank. If you don't qualify with a bank, you go to a credit union. If the credit union doesn't give it to you, then you go to a private mortgage investor. So you have 2 years to pay off whatever loan they give you. If you can't, then it's just like you end up in court. So with them right now, people are coming up on their renewal and they're not able to pay that loan off. And it's like it's going to be in court, tied up in court for 6 months. So they can sit there and somehow force, because people are not going to sell their homes. It took them too long. They put too much money into it. So I feel like it's going to trickle up. I don't know if it's going to get as far as the banks, but I see it creeping up to the credit unions. And what they're showing with that is like, that line of like no return. We're like inches away from it. You know what I mean? Like Trudeau has really done a number on this country. He sat there. I know certain people qualify for benefits, but they found loopholes. This literally just happened to someone. And it's just like they had everything there. And the person told them, if it was up to me and I didn't have to prove what they're looking for, he's like, it would be fine. He goes, because you don't have that, it makes it more difficult. So it's like you're on the right side of things, but because of that little, it's just like they're looking any way to milk and bleed people dry right now. I feel like because they're trying to put more houses back on the market again for investors to come back in, it's like this is why they're increasing it. Oh, we're trying to hold on to inflation. You know what I mean? And it's just like, are you serious? Like, people are hoarding butter. Like, it's crazy. So we're starting off with the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like in the positive sense, I feel like more eyes are on you. It's funny I say that, and then my friend messages me today. She's like, they're watching us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, and this is the time of year for that. But it's just like, all eyes on you may not be a good thing. But they're talking about with this Wheel of Fortune, as a stuck situation moves forward, they're saying that maybe you fall for someone and you end up changing your job, you end up changing your career, and moving to closer to where this person is. So that could be the shift there. We have the Queen of Potions, and we all possess masculine and feminine energies. So if you're a nurturer, this is where the Queen of Potions comes in. And it's like, don't forget to nurture yourself. You know what I mean? It's like with myself, I'm like, I'm feeling under the weather. I was in the post-tropical storm. I caught a chill. So it's just like, I'm lucky that I nipped it in the butt when I did. Or else it would have been probably a lot worse. But it's just like, thank God it wasn't. And I'm like, on the mend now. But I'm not pushing myself where it's just like, it flares up again. So it's like, get rid of it, get it out of my system and be done with it. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune, stuck situation. It could be love, money, or it could be both. Like I said, it could be the fact that this person lives further where you're going to sit there and go out to see them. We have the Six of Cups, the Six of Potions. For me, it's like you have this pillar that you can pull from and you're able to give to others. But they're like, find that happiness in your life. Think about what brings you happiness. Think about the happiest moment in your life. And it's like, bring that back into your life. So, Christmas time is a lot of, joy and fun and wonder for a lot of people. We were talking about this when we were shopping, Christmas shopping, and we were just like saying, like, for me and a lot of people, it's like, it's not about like wondering if you're going to get something in return. It's just the fact that seeing their face, like they had mentioned something, You know what I mean? And you got that something for them. You know what I mean? Or something that they, would bring them a lot of joy and their face lights up. That's what it's about. It's not about receiving. You know, the universe will bless you in many ways. We have the Empress. So this is a positive omen. This is rebirth. This is the nurturer. This is the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, all in one. The combination of elements. You know what I mean? So right now it's more of the nurturing side with the Queen of Potions because we're filling other people's cups. Just be mindful of your money. They were saying be mindful of when we get to the other side of, when we get into 2023. January, they're going to let people recover from Christmas. February, some people start doing their taxes. But it's just like, be mindful that that's going to nip you in the butt. Because that's where, they're trying to drive up the heating costs. They're going to double tax on heating, double tax on food, double tax on gas. They're going to bleed us dry for a month. They're showing the month of April, and then they're going to sit there and be like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, we realize now that, a lot of Canadians have suffered and they can't make it. It's like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? But they're going to make their money. No doubt about it. So with the Eight of Presents, reminds you to keep your long-term goals in mind. So maybe right now it doesn't look like, you're able to accomplish certain things. It's like, don't let that dream fizzle out. Even Joe Coy said the same thing. His mother didn't encourage him at all. She didn't beg. You know what the funny thing is? I feel like that lights a fire under a lot of people's butts. Ninja, he's like, this really amazing influencer, cares a lot about the kids and giving back and everything like that. And he was said the same thing. His parents were like, absolutely not. You hear that? Morgan, he's a UK influencer. Same thing. He begged them to let him not go to school anymore so he could put his full time into content. And look how much they blew up. Because that's where their passion was. It's like, even though people cannot see your vision and don't see your passion and it's unconventional, you know what I mean? You keep thriving. You keep pushing forward. You will achieve it. If your passion is there, you will make it happen. You have a long path ahead of you and are working hard to set yourself up for success. Careful planning now will lead to big rewards later. And I always say that to myself, like, I started to see some things maneuver, when it comes to as healing. And maybe not be a big deal to some people, but to me, it's a big deal. It's like little by little, these things are going in a certain direction. So it's just like, I knew I'm doing the right thing, especially as not stressful, but as it's flattering. But when I have a waiting list, it nags at me until I get my waiting list done. But it's just like, that is a huge compliment that many people trust me. You know what I mean? Are willing to wait for me. And I never take a deposit from anyone because I'm just like, if you need to hear answers and someone comes up and you're able to go to them, and then it's like, I'm like, fair game. I don't want to take a deposit from you because then you can go to someone else. You know what I mean? I want to treat people as I would want them to treat me. That's not how it always works out, but that's the way I operate. So the Queen of Potions is calm, cool, and caring. A caring gal who motivates her by compassion. She moves with grace and control through troubled waters. So here we go with the troubled waters. But wait till we get to the Wheel of Fortune. You know what I mean? So just because it looks like that, like, don't make permanent decisions out of temporary emotions. Don't sit there and feel like that's it. It's done. You will figure it out. You did it before, you'll do it again. Sometimes this card could be a sign to listen to your intuition. You're more perceptive and capable than you think. So we go to the Wheel of Fortune. You've reached a turning point in your life, the moment when the storm clouds part. So here we go. Even though this has happened with the Queen of Potions, they're like, these temporary emotions come up. Like, I get frazzled when people have to come in, and it's like, especially when it's not planned. It's just, oh, we're coming this day. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're told. You're not asked, you're told. You know what I mean? And it just, throws a monkey wrench into your plans. So it's like, the mentality I take now, how can I help you to help me to get you quicker out of my house? So I'm like, what do you need? What do you know, let me do this. They're like, let us clean up. I'm like, nope, I'll clean up, get out of my house, I'll clean up, I'll put everything back just so I can get it done. So I can get on with my day because they've disrupted my day as it is. The sun will be a time to make a big move. Oh, sorry. The sun comes out and your luck begins to change. Now be a time to make a big move. Whether you switch careers, begin a new romance, jumpstart lifestyle shifts, or relocate across the country, you'll have good fortune on your side. So for some, it's like a long distance relationship. So you end up switching your job, you end up switching everything to be in that relationship, to be closer, But I definitely would take my time. You know what I mean? You don't want to sit there and rush anything. But, I would definitely give it more time. I feel like especially if there's children involved, it's like, unless they're on board, I would give it a year. So 6 of Potions. Close your eyes and think of a time in your past when you were truly happy, downright joyful. So we think about Christmas time. We think about, births of children, birthday parties, whatever it is, when you were truthfully joyful, camping. It's time to recreate that feeling. Reconnect with little things that make life fun. Leave you bubbling over with simple, pure happiness. Sometimes the 6 of Potions could be a sign you'll soon be reuniting with someone important from your past. Enjoy the memories. And it's just like, nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like going back to those memories. Maybe it's movies. Watching movies with your kids. Not Rise. Yes, it is. Rise of the Guardians. That's a great movie. Watching Christmas Story, watching Nightmare Before Christmas. I was thinking about that when I was reading this. So the Empress. So this calls for compassion, being patient and kind with yourself and others. Others will get you further than other approaches. Now a great time to nurture and indulge your creative impulses. Staying grateful will help you keep a positive, healthy outlook. And it's just like, like they were showing here with the Queen of Potions. Maybe something happened where it kind of makes you feel like, pissed off or depressed or whatever have you. And it's just like, hey, the sun is going to come out. You know what I mean? This situation will not last forever. It's a temporary situation. You know what I mean? So it's like, you've already reached the bottom. Now you can only go up. You know what I mean? It's like, watch how you're feeling, how you're articulating yourself. Don't waste your energy in these temporary situation emotions. Yeah, feel pissed off and whatever, but you know what I mean? Just sit there and say, you know what? It is what it is. I have a game plan. I'm determined. I will get through this and move forward. If you sit there and let it consume your life, that's when it really takes over. So it's just like watching yourself, what you're doing and how you move forward. Conserving your energy for happiness. Put your energy into things that make you truly blissful. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.